Right. Let's do this. All around me, silly messed up faces, frantic paces, bright and early for their daily doses. It's hypnosis, chemical mesmerizing. Our tears are for the frightened masses. COVID passes, divided masses. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. More rules tomorrow, more rules tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. Dreams of the world still normal are the best I've ever had. When people trust false science and do something very bad, like handing over freedom, it's a very, very masked world. Masked world. Start controlling your world. Masked world.
Welcome to Patrick Roberts, our new timeline.
Hello, everyone. How is it going? Let me find the link here real quick. I thought I had this damn thing set to uh, 9 o'clock, and so I had a few people try to get in contact with me, and I was chillaxing, and all of a sudden, bam, where are you? I'm like, oh my god. So, let's see here. Hey, Chris,
Hello. Hey, how
how's
are
it
you?
going?
Good. How are you?
Uh, I'm, I've had better days.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, yeah, there is a lot going on. So, what's going on with what do you what do you see going on?
Well, astrology. We have four different things in retrograde right now. So Mercury's in retrograde, Venus is in retrograde, and both the high and low node are in retrograde. So that can make kind of energy lower and lower vibration, basically the nodes.
Hmm. Isn't Nibiru pretty close to us now?
I
I
don't
think
know.
they got Planet X.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Did you see something on that?
Yeah, I've seen a video of people talking about planet Nibiru being uh, actually called Planet X, also called the God Planet or something like that. And now we're having that damn thing again going on.
What?
What did we do the last time we had that echoing or whatever, that talking in the background?
I didn't hear any talking in the background, but I'll mute.
No, I don't hear it on your end. I hear it whenever I talk. It's
Oh,
not an echo though. It's like almost like an interference, it but it is my voice though somehow. It's weird. It doesn't do it all the time. Just once in a great while. But anyways, yeah, I don't know.
ask it what it wants.
Uh, ask what?
The interference.
You just had to bring that up then, yeah, because it wasn't doing it until just now.
Interference. What you want?
What's that?
I said, ask it what it wants.
No,
You're like, no.
no, don't talk to things that I don't.
Okay.
Well, I do talk to God, so, but oh my God, I'm so thirsty.
Well,
Um, it's been, huh?
with Mercury in retrograde, that means electronic and communication.
You're cutting out.
I said with Mercury in retrograde, that usually means communication issues or or electronic issues.
Mm. Hey, man, Pyman, welcome. Hey, Trev, Catherine. I didn't call out the chat, did I?
Nope.
Golden Psych, welcome.
Thank you.
uh, better known as Chris, um, Trev, Mad Pyman, and the rest may be just lurking. So, yeah, I came on last night.
I didn't know you were on last night. No email, dude. No email for tonight either.
No, I didn't. I didn't come on last night.
Oh.
And I didn't come on last night. I came on in the early morning. Like I don't even know. It was about 1:30, I think, when I started it.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't planning on doing it. Um, but I couldn't sleep, so I did I think a 2 hour um, with a bunch of people that we were in Ken's um, chat or on his panel, and so he wanted to go to bed. So some of us wanted to keep going, and I was wide awake, so that's why I started it last night.
Oh.
That's why no email, because I was gonna take the night off. Um, so tonight I don't have an excuse. Just forgot to email you, plain and simple.
It's all right.
But we had a very interesting conversation last night. I don't know if you watched the thing.
No, because I didn't know you had one last night until I was getting on this one. And
Oh, yeah, I'm surprised that one didn't get pulled because we were getting into some really deep shit.
oh,
So maybe they're starting to back off a little bit. I don't know. It does look like it's funny that we talk about this stuff when we really know it's just a game basically. It's all not a game. I mean, it's serious, but but there's nothing to really worry about because we're all going to be taken care of. So we'll all be just fine, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it seems like a slow night.
Slow night.
Uh,
I told you the energies are low because both the north node and the south node are both in retrograde in the same sign.
well,
Which is
when the hell are they moving? Because I got to get out of this low vibe crap.
well, it's unusual because usually the nodes are in different zodiac signs, but right now they're both in Taurus and they're both retrograding. So if you have, and then you have Venus retrograding, which is the feeling of love and peace, money and prosperity. So that's in retrograde right now as well.
And that's odd because the stock market's crashing. Both crypto and the stock market are both crashing. They've been crashing for the last couple days.
So
So,
Venus is in retrograde, Mercury is in retrograde, and both the nodes are in retrograde. So that definitely will give low energy.
so how long does this last for?
Well, they're all in retrograde, so for different dates. Venus probably. Oh, and the moon is in Libra, so that also might hit somebody as the zodiac sign Cancer, negative. So
Well, since World's a stage and you're the actor, what do you want to talk about? What big topic is out there that you just want to grab and talk? Something that you got something to say about.
I gotta say, I got a lot to say a lot about a lot of stuff.
You got a lot. You got a lot to what?
I said I got a lot to say
A
about,
lot of something to say.
about a lot of different stuff. I wanted to start doing.
You're cutting out.
I said I want to do astrology lessons for anyone who's interested eventually. Because I think you should know how the planets affect each other.
You're like choppy, you know.
I said the people shouldn't understand how astronomy and astrology affect human behavior.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we got into talking about vibes last night. How like pretty much anything, um, if you're interrupting your vibe, there's vibes all around us. So it is best to obviously vibe high. And I was trying to figure out how high do you have to vibe to start bending stuff? You know,
Physically bending stuff
yeah,
or bending, I don't know.
bending any solid object.
I don't know.
What did they say in the Matrix for that? Pretend it's not there or something?
I have no idea
Oh, because it's not there.
because it's not there.
I think it's something like that. Because it's not really there. So it's like a hologram, basically. I mean, that's the way I would think. You know, I'm interpreting it. Does anybody know the Matrix? The part where he was going to see that lady that could tell, that was supposed to tell him things, and so there was a little kid that had spoon. He was bending spoons, and he showed Neo how to bend it.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what the line was for that. What the kid said, because he's like, "How do you do that?" And I think he said, "Because it's not there," but I'm not sure.
So, do you think people can bend solid things by?
Yeah, I think you could do. I think that you can do whatever you wanted to. Didn't Jesus say that we could do greater things than him? So we should be able to, if people are hungry, produce food. I don't know how,
Oh,
but I mean,
you can produce it by farming. That's actually,
well, yeah, no, but I mean, just if you didn't have the time nor place, like Jesus come up with all these fish and stuff to feed a village, and I think he showed us the way. Chloe, you just have to harness the energy. You will feel the heart between your fingers, see the particles split, and boom, bend. That's a lot to think about.
you should.
Somehow I've actually heard that before. The old pretend your fingers are heating up. I don't think that's it.
Go ahead, Pat.
I just said I don't think that's it.
Oh.
To pretend your fingers are heating up. She said I know someone who did it this week on accident. The Mad Pieman, the world is an illusion as far as the construct of the beast system.
Well, I know.
What are you gonna say now?
I know Trev said he wanted to talk about stuff, and I think it's about low vibration.
Is that what he wanted to talk about?
I think so. Trev, am I right?
Well, there's the link, Trevor, if you want to come in. No, I find that all very interesting because we can prove that everything is affected by vibration. If I've seen videos of people vibrating the area that they're in so fast that the window was just like disappearing.
That's interesting.
Did you see that video floating around?
No.
Hey, Trucker Jim, what's up?
Trucker.
Hey, brother, what's up? Hi, Chris.
Hey, Trucker.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. A little upset at the football games today, but other than that, I'm good.
I don't know who won the games, but let me guess. The first game today was the which was the first game? What was the first game?
Rams. It was Rams and
Tampa Bay.
And Tampa Bay.
I bet you the Rams won, right?
Yep. Yep.
And the next game was who? Kansas City.
Kansas City and Buffalo
Buffalo.
Bills.
And I bet you Buffalo won.
No,
Kansas City
Kansas won it. Kansas City won in overtime.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it went actually into overtime. Oh man, I wanted Buffalo to win so bad. I'm glad Green Bay's out. I'm really glad Green Bay's out, but I did want them to win because I wanted Tampa. I wanted Brady against Aaron in the Nationals. That would have been a great Super Bowl right there without even going to the Super Bowl.
Right. Yeah,
But
I
it didn't happen.
think it's going to be the 49ers and the Bengals.
I'm hoping on the Bengals. I'm hoping. I don't know. They're playing Kansas City, and Kansas City, dude, they rocked it tonight. They rocked it. They made 2 touchdowns in less than a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else was I going to say? Oh, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. A little tired. I went over to Sandy's today, so got a little jolt today. But other than that, pretty good. How about you guys?
What's she up to?
Not much. We watched the game together. She made beef stroganoff, really good from scratch. Was really good. Her grandkid, 2 of her grandkids came over, so we played with them, and that was pretty much it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So we're talking mostly about vibrations and stuff like that. So I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, what brought that up? What kind of vibrations?
Well, vibrations that are around you all the time, and the higher that you can vibrate, the more healthier and better mood you're in, and everything. Right? You've heard that, right?
Well, there's mood, there's vibrations as in mood or spirit vibrations, and then there's physical vibration, like if you play
Are you talking
the bass too loud.
Are you talking about
or,
waves? Like the moon can control the waves, and the waves can control moods because of that we're 90% water or whatever percent.
Oh yeah, I'm talking right, but I'm talking about. You ever see people put sand on a wave or vibration? I call it vibrations, but you may call it sound waves, where
Okay.
it's just a boof, boof, boof. It's just
Right, like on a speaker.
right. That's just the vibrations that are going through the air.
Right.
And that's what's making them form different patterns and stuff like that. So
but I don't think I've ever felt any vibrations other than at concerts and trucks and different high noise areas.
Right. Basically, everything is a vibration. Everything's a frequency. We all vibrate at a certain frequency. So,
right, I get that.
The higher. What I'm saying is, my question was, how high do we have to vibe, or get in? How high of a frequency do we have to get before we can bend objects? With our mind.
Oh, right. I have no idea.
Yeah.
So I think telepathy is interesting as hell, though. Like twins, some twins have that telepathy where they can read each other's minds. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I think we all could be doing it. Because I think we do that where we come from, who we are as energy beings, basically.
Right.
When we go back to our original form, we will be able to go back to telepathy and all that. Obviously, because we won't have a skin body,
Right.
so we'll pick up everything. Being able to move mountains. With the mind to be able to create your world. You know,
Uh huh.
so that's I'm still struggling with the Mandela effect. To be honest, the Mandela effect is still hitting me pretty hard because I can't get the answers I want for where we are and what's going on.
I don't think we'll ever get a proper answer because there's too many theories and not enough sound fact of it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we'll ever know.
Yeah, Chris?
I think even if we were told the exact answer, we wouldn't believe it.
Right. It'd be like Jesus Christ. It'd have to be by faith.
I don't think that we wouldn't believe it. I think we just wouldn't be able to comprehend it.
That's possible too.
That's possible, but kind of the same at the same time, because I think that
I mean,
it's not the same because you choose. You choose. You don't choose.
See, here's something that I've thought about. You know about CERN. We all know about CERN and the atoms colliding, right?
Yeah.
The two atoms. Okay.
Yeah. They started that back.
Right. The point is that supposedly it has happened and it completely destroyed the universe. And then we ended up in another realm, if you were, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
It doesn't make sense to me. I
literally feel like my consciousness has been put somewhere where it's not supposed to be. Our consciousness was put in a body that looks like ours, and this whole place looks like a stage. It all looks fake. So what I'm saying is that this is basically a hologram, and our consciousness is somewhere right now.
Can I tell you something that's real?
This was done to us so we wouldn't lose our freaking minds so fast, because it was a jolt. We were like, poof, and maybe somebody had captured us to help us, and we were in some sort of simulation to slowly wake us up instead of poof being awake, and we're like, whoa, and our minds just couldn't comprehend it. Poof.
What makes you think we're not already awake?
We're not already what?
Awake.
What do you mean?
What makes you think we're not awake?
Did I say that? I didn't think we were awake.
No, what you said was waking us up slowly. But I think something did jolt us awake.
Right.
That's why we realized.
I don't think we're fully awake yet. I think there's still a lot to know and learn about what this really is and where we really are, right?
Well, I guess maybe we're talking about two different awakes. I can see the supernatural stuff happening, so that's awake to me. I can see the differences in people, and that's a week to me. So, as far as knowing what's causing all this, I've got tired of trying to figure it out.
Trev, what's up?
Hey, Trev.
Hey, Trev.
Hey, what's going on? How y'all feeling?
Good, good.
Tell us what you've been talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, I'd have to look in the chat. Basically, it's nothing major. It's just after Chris asked me how I was feeling, like what I've been doing, I was just like, oh yeah, I'm all right. I'm just a bit low. But I'd have to read what I said exactly because she then asked something after. Let me see the comments.
She's a
And I
bit
was just like, I'll
nosy,
jump on
isn't
here
she?
and talk about them. Sorry?
She's a bit nosy, isn't she?
Really? Seriously?
All good.
She's asking you
I
all
won't
these
lie.
questions. You just
No,
get
if you come over here, you'll see who nosy are. There's a lot of nosy. For real.
no. I'm joking.
I'm not. Come over to New York. You'll see all the nosy people.
I lived in the city.
I think I would run into a lot of student
Y'all are
people.
way too close to each other in New York.
Yo, it's crazy, bro.
Y'all way too close to each other.
Yep, I'm leaving.
Well, you're leaving when?
Whenever I can.
Oh, okay.
What
Okay.
what do you mean he's too close to each? Oh, you mean where he's living?
The
Just the
apartment
whole
buildings,
place.
they're stacked up on top
Oh,
of each other, and
yeah.
they're so close together. You know, you'll have what 12 apartments for one stoop. You know, am I right or what?
That's
Not actually, but yeah.
and that's gonna get crazy
It's
if
like
shit
so many
ever
buildings
breaks down.
too.
You know, if society breaks down,
That's-
that's gonna be nuts.
That's a lot of city.
And the rent is outrageous there.
It just went up. And it's supposed to be stable too, and where I'm at.
Wow.
It's insane out there. My friend Richard Pryor's son Richie, he lives in New
Oh.
York.
I
And,
thought you said my friend Richard Pryor.
No, his son, his oldest son, Richie Jr. Yeah, he's he's a good friend of mine, and he lives in New York. And he tells me, he's like, I mean, he's no different than you and me, man. His dad did all the good things. He's just trying to make it just like you and I. There's nothing special about him. He's a great guy, but that's just to give you an idea. It's rough, dude. I can't imagine living in New York right now.
Huh. Yeah, the food prices are outrageous. Just to buy a sandwich, a cold sandwich in a grocery store is $6. $6 just for a fucking sandwich.
And don't even try to go to Subway. The cheapest sandwich is like $8.50.
Yeah, and I'm talking about just a fucking egg sandwich at a grocery store.
Ugh.
Get that, make your own.
Yeah.
I lost it in the chat. I don't even see it. But it was after it's nothing major. I was just gonna talk more on it instead of texting because it would be easier, I think. But it wasn't nothing important. It was just talking about, me, how I felt, and what I was doing. It's just the same type of thing. Going day to day and thinking about a lot of stuff. But that's right. She said overthinking. So I wanted to ask, what do you mean exactly by overthinking?
Trev, I told you before, you overthink way too much.
But you have to define that though. Like, what does that mean exactly? Because like, what if you're underthinking?
No, you're overthinking.
Yeah,
Because you bring yourself back around in a circle.
I heard what you said there. I still don't get it though. What you mean by that?
you're always looking for you're always looking for different scenarios of a future idea, and when it doesn't land in what your multiple scenarios that you thought of, you start to rethink it, and you overthink. You make things harder than what they are. Am I right, Chris?
Yeah, basically, you're thinking so much about something and contemplating the what ifs and whys that you think yourself back into the circle.
Right.
I'm trying to get the circle though. I don't get it.
All right, if you say
The same. You ever feel like you're constantly in a circle of personalities, waves of same thing happens to you all the time? It's not what's happening to you. It's you putting yourself in the same position each time. I can't explain it. Go ahead, Chris.
all right, so basically, all right, we'll take this step by step. So let's say you ask me, why is ice cream white? Or why is the color white, right? And I'll say, because it's vanilla. Well, why is it vanilla? And I say, because it's made from vanilla bean. Where does the vanilla bean come from? You will constantly ask yourself questions internally that will loop you right back around to, well, then why is ice cream white?
Well, them sounded like pretty good questions there. I mean, you were
Right, but
getting to the point on how vanilla was made.
the question never.
I think that's the best way I could ever put it.
The questioning never stops. So,
Right.
and like Nay just said in chat, it puts you in a thought pattern instead of an action thought pattern.
And BLB says a loop.
Wait.
Yeah, it loops you.
Okay, what's a you said instead of an action thought pattern. What is an action thought pattern?
All right, say you want to move from New York, right? So you're gonna sit
I'm
there.
going to watch.
Wait, you
I could go right now. I just don't have any money.
right? How do I get? Well, that's the thing. How do I get money? Well, I got to get a job. I have to get a job, and then you got to go this, and then you got to go this. And if you keep in that thought loop, you never actually put anything into action.
I never actually what?
You won't actually put anything into action because you're overthinking it.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about. I'm not really sure that's where I'm at right now.
But
However,
Talking about that's where you are moving from New York. I'm just using that as an example. You're like
yeah, I was talking about in general.
aspects of your life.
Yeah, I was
Are
talking about in general.
Are you outside?
Yeah,
Okay. It looks pretty cold there.
no, it's just because of what I'm wearing. It's literally only like what 32.
Oh, okay.
It was like last week or earlier this week. It was like 14
Yeah.
or so. So it was cold.
Are you in a car?
Yeah, I haven't been out here for a while, so I just started it up.
Dude, you're in New York and you got a car?
I don't know, right?
Wow. Check you out.
That's stupid, though,
High
right?
dollars, man. Yeah, no kidding.
You know, alternate side, and then you have like all the other cars, and then you have like the public transportation. So then you start thinking like, why? I don't know. But I'm not
Yeah.
somebody that's just like, oh, I'm gonna stay over here, and everything that I'm gonna do is over here. I'm like, bro, if I feel like driving to California, I'm going. I did that shit last year.
There you go.
Yeah.
What I was saying about your overthinking or your loop, Trev, is more on a spiritual level.
Okay. No, I see what you're saying. I was just saying, like, in general, I don't know if that's where I'm at exactly right now, but I definitely have been there before. I'm gonna tell you that.
Or I was talking to somebody about it. Stagnant energy. Stagnant energy is big right now. And that's because of overthinking and looping. The energy.
Stagnant energy, that's horrible. That sounds bad.
Well, it's not horrible. Like you're making it sound like it's doomsday, but
To me, it sounds bad. I don't know.
it's not that bad.
No, basically what I'm in right now is a stagnant energy. I'm in between having the heart attack and having the surgery. And it's all on me. And I'm the one that's making the mistakes that the surgery ain't happened. It's a stagnant energy. I'm in the middle of something that has to be done, but my mind is telling me I'm not ready. You see what
Right.
Am I right,
Right.
Chris?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. A stagnant energy, but it doesn't. It just stagnant usually means from going from one, like, no movement from one thing to another.
Yeah, that's why I said it
Right.
sounds terrifying to me because I feel like I'm supposed to just be moving. So stagnant energy would just be like the worst for me. That's how I feel.
Trev, how do you think I feel? I'm a truck driver,
Exactly.
and I've been home for a month. I'm not used to being in one place. Even
Yo,
as
that
Pat,
was my-
when I lived with him, where did I stay? I stayed in one room almost the entire time I lived there. I'm not a person that if I'm not in a truck, I stay in one spot, and that's bad. Even
Mhm.
Pat got mad at me several times because I'd never come out of my room.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm a very. I like things to be moving, or if they're not moving, I don't want to be anywhere but one spot.
Okay.
You get it? And I think that's kind of what you're in. You're
No.
stuck in one spot and you don't want to be.
No, it's a decision thing. Like I have I'm just gonna try and keep it general and sum it up. Like I care about certain people, like my family or whatever. There are people that are here that when I do go somewhere, I keep thinking about what's here. Like say I was to move right now or whatever,
Yeah,
I'd have to
yeah.
get my stuff. Like I have a lot of physical stuff too. I haven't sold it or anything, like equipment and stuff that I would like be leaving here because it's like I'm not gonna bring it all with me. And then I'm gonna think about that. But then on top of that, I have people that I care about constantly, but they're not leaving. So they're gonna be here. And then chances are, like, say I move somewhere, like, yo, ma, I'm out here. Like, they're not gonna come and visit me. So if it came down to it, I gotta come back over here. It's just weird. When I'm somewhere else, I start thinking, like, damn, like what's happening over there? Yo, I gotta go over there. And then it's not like I'm
But you
stuck.
got to
but
do what's right for yourself. You
Yeah,
got to
exactly.
put all that to the side. You really do.
Right now, bro. I could leave right now, bro.
Because you know what? You're young, man. You got a huge future in front of you. Hopefully, if this country doesn't fall apart.
Yeah, I don't know.
The fucking stock markets and crypto are just tanking right now.
Oh,
said-
big time.
It's a
The crypto?
bloodbath.
All the crypto? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Everything.
What?
Bitcoin, everything. The stocks, everything is just crashing.
Even the one you was
The
talking
dollar
about, you
is-
was talking about. What was you talking about? The other one?
Yeah, Shibcoin, the one
Shiba?
Shiba.
the one I invested in. It's crashing too. Not as bad, but
Okay.
it's hanging on.
You think it's gonna,
But it wasn't that good to begin with.
If
Yeah.
it does, what, Shiba?
Yeah.
I think it's awesome.
It was still under a penny.
it was a
Oh
small
yeah,
It's still under
right.
a penny.
It's only a year old. It's going
Yeah,
on
well-
its second year. This thing had Shiba Inu, country rap, not Shiba.
Chiba. Hey. Yo, I just found some, bro. That's the beauty of like hiding stuff from yourself. I just found some bud. I thought I had no more.
Hey, now. Hey.
Christmas,
Here you
happy
go.
birthday, happy New Year,
It was so
all
hype.
rolled in one.
But yeah, I don't really think that's where I'm at right now, Chris. Personally. If anything, it's the very end stages of that. Like I'm moving out of that.
Your spiritual is stuck there right now,
Okay.
but
Hmm.
it will.
I believe that you will not leave this realm and go to the next until you're absolutely ready to leave this realm. I think you have to be ready before you move on.
Looking at it that way, then I must not be ready.
I mean, I also mean mainly in death. That's what I'm talking about. As far as moving from New York, how you're free, man. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want.
Yeah, no, I was talking about death.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really, I guess. No, I'm not really free, man. That's what I was saying. The things are like the people that I love. That's all it is. Because there
Yeah.
ain't nobody going with me. I go by myself.
You're gonna have heartaches as far as being far from family your whole life. I mean, my mom lived right here, just right down the street from me until about 15 years ago. Now she lives, what, 1,300 miles away? My brother's 5.5 hours to the north of me. You know, you can't please everybody. You gotta work on yourself, brother.
Yeah, you gotta stay where you're comfortable. I can't live. I have a hard time. I've tried it a few times living where Jim lives, and it's just not my style. And Jim has tried to live up here, and it's just not his style. He's not
Right.
country. He's not country, and I'm not city.
Boy, I'm not country either, but I'm telling you, I'm really like trying to go back.
I think
Yeah,
there's a point in time when you live in a big city, there was for me, Trev, when you're over it, when you're done, when you're just
Mm.
over it. You had enough of it.
living in a city is just too many people for me. I have to be in a wide open space. Um,
And
where I,
once someone from the city actually feels that wide open space, Trev, once you feel it, and you have a house there, you have a home there or whatever, and it's yours, and you feel that wide open, you're not going to want to go back.
You damn Skippy.
Because some people love the city and can live there their whole life. But they're
My family.
from the city that when they've had enough, they'll move. I'm one of them.
uh, and also
Yeah, you should
talking,
move to
this
Philly.
just popped into my head. Um, we also were talking last night about how a third party, anything that you make up, like before the Mandela effect happened, if you made something up from consciousness and had it on paper, um, that would have survived. That's where we get our residue from when we find little gems like that was made up of a third party. So I have not seen where AI can change um, something made by a person from their creativeness. Like if I wrote the or drew uh, a a Jiffy peanut butter thing jar, and I drew it up and I colored it up and everything, that would after the Mandela effect, that would survive as residue because AI was not able to change that because it was made from my creativity, my consciousness. Do you get it? Do you guys see that shit? Do you see that too? Or is that just me that thinks along them
To be
lines?
honest, I haven't seen that.
I haven't either.
But
Because,
I get what you're saying. That's interesting.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Like
So
black with the red on the
when you
bottom.
when you see Mandela effects and mostly the residue will be made up, especially a newspaper article or something. Somebody, somebody like, let's say something big in the world happened, and everybody, all the newspapers all over the world are writing about what happened, and they're following. Who is that? And they're following a script, right? They're all writing the same thing. This happened, da 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 da, over in Bangladesh, and da 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 da. So they're following the script. But if at any time that person's consciousness goes off script and writes something about from their conscious, spells it how they spell it and everything, and it has changed, AI has changed it, they could not change what that person went off script to write. Does that sound? Do you understand that one? I don't know if I'm making sense or not, but um, I just think anything created, written, drawing, anything from a person's consciousness. For instance, you know them uh, forklift drivers, pallets. Okay, you know pallets. What pallets look like, right? So people tip them sideways up north here, and they make it into a big, huge American flag, and each board that goes across that pallet is a blue stripe a red stripe or a red stripe or a white stripe, right, on the American flag. So if they go by their consciousness, how they remember it, that's how they're going to color it. That's what I'm seeing. That's the residue that I see how the American flag used to be. When people color it red, a red line underneath the blue square box, that's the old American flag. 90% of them I see done that way. That's because they remember it. They didn't have to look at a flag to color that or to make the flag. So, yeah, I guess that's it. Did I just go off on a little tangent?
Just a little.
Is anybody out there?
Just a little.
Pink Floyd time.
Yeah.
No, I can't do Pink Floyd.
Oh, I thought I was the only one.
I like Pink Floyd.
No, I can't. I can't. I had Pink Floyd's The Wall. I played it for 3 days straight in a row and became so depressed
That's probably
that in order to leave my bedroom, I had to break the CD.
Oh man, I could believe that you could get just a little pinprick, and there will be no more. Ah! Yeah, I know it's all very dark when you think about it.
Well, I was excited. I got
Chris, you broke up.
Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you broke up.
Yeah, you're fine.
Am I good now?
Last thing I heard was when you said you listened to it 3 days straight, made you depressed, and you said it made you do something, and then that was it.
Oh,
Did you leave?
No, not leave. I had to break it to get out of the bedroom.
Oh, okay.
I had to break
That's
the
what you
CD.
said. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I could definitely see that.
but I was all excited. I listened to it. I really liked the CD. I liked the music, but no, it's depressing as all hell.
Yeah. So hopefully that was a while ago.
I just think they're overrated.
You're fine
maybe a
now.
little bit.
Yeah, I'm good now.
I saw them in concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, I saw
honestly,
them at Soldier Field.
I only went to
Huh?
I only went to 2 concerts ever.
Oh, I've been to too many.
And they were the same.
I've only been to one concert, but I've been to a lot of bands that come up here and play at the fair. You know,
Yeah.
the only real big concert I ever went to was Paul McCartney's last tour.
What?
Oh, now that's cool.
Yeah, it was
I would have
in
loved that.
Tampa Bay Stadium when I lived in Florida. Yeah, I won 2 tickets
What?
over a radio show.
That's cool.
They were playing a game called Do Anything for McCartney. So
Oh no, what'd you do?
hey, not as bad as some of the things some people were doing. This one lady was 5 o'clock in the morning and she lived in a building complex, and she went outside and she laid on the horn for like 2-3 minutes straight. And she won Paul McCartney tickets for doing that.
That's cool.
Waking people up. Well, at the time I was working at a Circle K, and I took a full can of chewing tobacco and put it in my mouth and sang "Band on the Run." Yeah, it was Copenhagen, and it tastes like shit. And yeah, back then they didn't have packets. That that would have been easy to take a whole can of packets to put in my mouth. This was that finely grated chew. My whole fucking mouth was full of it.
Every
People,
time you inhaled, flakes would come down your throat.
yeah, yeah. I was sick for a little bit there, but it was well worth it. Um, we had tickets right on the 50-yard line, and so we're down on the 50-yard line, and they get around to playing "Hey June" or Jude. Is it Jude or June? Hey
Jude, Jude.
Yeah. So they start singing that, and everybody lights their lighters. So I'm on the 50-yard line at Tampa Bay Stadium, looking all around me. I was like, wow, this is a fucking memory I will never forget. That was awesome. Yeah, I love the Beatles. They're one of my favorite bands. I mean, I don't agree with a lot of the shit that they did, but they they still had very good music, I thought. And
Yeah, I
again,
could tell you.
bring up past lives. I think I honestly was from the '60s era. I mean, I was born in '69. I get that, but I honestly think I was in Vietnam. Totally feel like I was there. I totally feel like I was killed there, and I just I whenever they play that main music for Vietnam, like if you watch that movie by with Robin Williams, Good Morning,
Good Morning Vietnam.
yeah, all that rock and roll music that they played, man, that just hits me. I don't
War.
know.
What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. Say it again.
Yeah, yeah.
Jim's
This
put on
I
a
truly
concert.
believe. I
totally
I
resonates.
said you're
with-
putting on a concert.
Yeah, right. I truly believe I died in World War II because something about the big band era,
yeah.
something about the music and the big band, I love it. I mean, I like almost there's like an inside of me that something inside of me is like, whoa, okay, Chuck and Chive, it's weird, and it's
Big
been
band.
like that since I was a kid.
And then before that, I remember being in the Old West. I lived in the pioneer days.
You remember this stuff?
Yeah, I do. I just resonate
I just remember the big band.
so high with it. I can take pictures. I don't know what the pictures mean, but I can see pictures.
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe it's just my own mind dreaming shit up. I don't know.
No,
Oh, I definitely think I lived it during World War II. I don't think I was a soldier though. I think I died here in the States, but I don't think I think I was mafia. I actually do think I was something to do with the mafia.
What did you think, Chris?
I said I understand where Jim's coming from because I'm the same way with big band music, 40s,
Yeah.
50s.
And the
everything.
hairstyles, the women that have that hairstyle that they had back then,
Mhm.
The
Chris,
six
they
hair
turn me on crazily.
Yeah, dude. For real.
It really does. I see a sundress, I see that hairstyle, and I get goosebumps.
Oh, goodness, goosebumps. That's what's up, man.
Yeah,
I'm like that with a suit. I like a man in a suit.
the zoot suits.
The
Yo, I just got a
suit
suit.
Yeah,
or suit, like an actual, like 3-piece, 4-piece suit. I love
I
I just got
have
a suit.
with the big
I
hat.
have a zoot suit. I was the best man at a friend's wedding, and we're in zoot suits, tuxes, and I have one here.
For the wedding. I had
Pretty
to get
sharp. And I got the black and white shoes too.
Hey,
The wingtip shoes. I like the
Yep,
wingtip.
yep, yep.
let me find out.
Fellas
I
do.
want to see that.
How dare I go that long? I'm so sorry, you guys.
What?
Yeah, check out the chat. I can't see it.
Hey, Buzz. Buzzacino
Buzzacino.
is in the house. Oh, shit. I forgot. I'm so sorry. When I did my introduction, I played Buzzacino's song, and I have a little write up that I put in there to show that it was done by Buzzacino, and I forgot to put it in there because I have to manually put it in there every time I play it. But
Say that 3 times.
credit to credit to Buzzacino for the introduction song.
The intro music.
I missed it. I gotta catch it.
It was
Yeah.
the past like 3 shows.
Oh, cool.
The last 2 shows I've been using it for the introduction, but I think while we have everybody on, I've never tried it, but we can play it. I'm going to try to play it. See if it works.
Right. Let's do this. All around me, silly messed up faces, frantic paces, bright and early for their daily doses. It's hypnosis, chemical mesmerizing. Our tears are for the frightened masses. COVID passes, divided masses. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. More rules tomorrow, more rules tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. Dreams of the world still normal are the best I've ever had. When people trust false science and do something very bad, like handing over freedom, it's a very, very masked world. Masked world. Start controlling your world. Masked world.
Welcome to Patrick Roberts, our new timeline.
Very cool.
I like that. Oh, I didn't have it on mute, yo. What kind of? I thought I pressed mute, bro.
Crunchy to drop the link.
Oh, what if I don't want to drop the link?
We said drip the link.
Just make me drop the link. I forgot how to drop the link. How do you drop what link? Could you imagine talking to somebody back in the 70s or 80s? Hey, I'll email you. What? Email me? Oh, okay. You don't know anything about email? All right. Well, I'll text you. What? Text me? Well, I'll just drop you the link to it. Link? Link for
Link.
what?
Yo, that's funny.
And welcome, Crunchy.
Hey, what up?
Yo, Crunchy.
I don't know if Jim's trying to say anything, but you're muted. Or is that Chris is muted?
Who I am?
Hey.
I can hear you, Jim.
I didn't say nothing.
That's because you were muted.
Hey,
What's on my
I don't know.
Hey, Chris.
Anyway, what's up, Crunchy?
Man,
And
this-
let's welcome Buzzachino, who just sung that song. Hey, Buzz.
Hi, Patrick, Chris, Crunchy, Trucker Jim, Trev, everyone in the chat.
How
I
are
hope
things?
you're all staying groovy.
Buzzing back at you.
Welcome, Dalton Cedar, Mad Pyman, BLB. Chloe is in the house. So what's up, Crunchy and Buzzachino?
This guy.
Okay, this guy for you, Crunchy, Buzzachino.
The opposite to down.
So how are things going in your neck of the woods, Buzz?
Actually, cold, but a lot calmer. As you know, the Boris, he acquiesced because he got himself in trouble. So they're getting rid of the masks and the mandates and all the rest of it, in case of having to.
Passport and all.
So,
Yeah, I
yeah,
see
things
a
are looking up.
lot of them pulling back, but I wonder if there's a madness to this.
Oh,
you
there's
know?
always
Yeah.
a method to the madness, bruv. I mean, it's psychology 101. You literally, you hurt the victim, then you pull away, give a bit of respite and love and care. Then you hurt the victim, pull away, give a bit of love and respite and care. And basically, you build up what's called the Stockholm Syndrome, where your
Yep,
victim
exactly.
actually now becomes dependent on you and will not leave you. You can open the door, they won't run away because
Wow.
it's all they know from that point onwards. It's psychology.
Yep.
And they've been
So-
doing it to us for a very long time.
Yeah, 2 years. So now, yeah, they're gonna pull back for a little while. Wait till everybody calms down and then jump back at it again.
So
Yeah.
The only thing is, we ain't falling for it, and a lot of people ain't calming it down. They're just continuing to push, which is
Yeah.
bloody awesome, especially around Britain. I mean, you got people walking the streets with signs, standing at roundabouts and down the side of roads, letting everyone that drives a car past see exactly what we're talking about.
That's awesome. Awesome.
And that's happening countrywide throughout the whole of Britain,
Yeah,
That's
awesome.
beautiful.
in it.
God, that's beautiful. And I hear France is starting to do the same thing.
Oh,
Frick.
France is so had enough of Macron. I'm telling you, they took a guillotine outside the parliaments a couple of weeks back.
The United States is finally starting. They didn't have that big of a crowd. I mean, they had a pretty decent crowd there, but it could have been and should have been a lot bigger. But it's a start. They're starting here in the United States finally. But I don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck-
even CNN is changing their tune.
Oh, really? I haven't
Yeah.
watched any regular news or anything, so I don't know.
I just go by.
What are they pushing?
No, they're coming. They're starting to push back on Biden. They're starting to say, about the mandates that they need to go away. They're changing their tune slowly but surely.
Yeah,
That's
Jim, I think CNN and BBC are in the same boat because CNN's gone so
I think
far
so.
down the tubes they could be cancelled soon. Same as the
Yeah.
BBC. But both of them are the main spiller of lies.
Yes. Yes.
So I don't
Yes.
think either of them are going to go down. I think both of them are going to have so much more money pushed into them.
They're
Both
both
of them are
owned
changing
by
their tune because they have to, because they ain't getting the views.
CNN is basically owned by the CIA. So they got federal money.
And the BBC over here, they are licensed, so they get tons of money. And that's possibly being stopped though, because we got one of our parliament. She's a right firecracker. She is. She basically has been trying to get the licenses stopped completely, but where she hasn't been able to achieve that, she may have actually got a 2-year pause on the licenses. And that alone would kill BBC. It would. Plus,
That's so
she managed
sad
to stop
because
a big chunk
BBC
of
was
funding.
such a great. BBC was one of the greatest stations. You know, it was the only station we could get any UK news back in the 80s and 90s. You know, they were a great station back then.
If only we knew the truth now that they weren't a great station back then, because they were
Right.
all run by paedophiles who were covering up Jimmy Savile and other things like that throughout the years. The statue out the front of the BBC is a massive paedophile statue.
It was
An
so
artist who
bad.
basically raped his own 2 daughters and his dog.
Oh my Lord.
Yes.
Damn.
And they want to keep the BBC in Britain. The public opinion of the BBC is it's worse than the crap on your boot.
Damn.
What?
And I never would have found Mrs. Brown's Boys without BBC.
Oh, there'll always be classics that come from the BBC because they've had so much money. They've been able to grab all the best shows. That's why they've been able to stay number one. But now
Yeah,
they are losing it because their lies are just too deep. You can't throw out that amount of lies that deep and not have people turn away. It's impossible.
What was that one show with David Tennant, not Doctor Who, but it was after Doctor Who. It was a mystery and he played a detective. That was a really good series.
Was it the
I think-
Rockford Files?
No. God,
I
can't
don't
of
think
it.
I ever saw that because I haven't watched TV in at least 10 years now.
I watch Doc Martin. I watch a lot of British show TV. I like British TV.
Yeah, over here you can't watch the BBC without having a TV license.
Crunchy,
And
when you want to talk, unmute yourself because I had to mute you because your mic was rubbing up against something. So,
Yeah, I think I heard him saying something before.
BLB says, cue the banjo music.
Ding 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 ding.
Welcome, Salted Cedar. And Susie. Is that what
Susie.
you want me to call you a Susie? I forget. I'm sorry.
Is Brenda here? I can't see the chat.
Oh, Brendan, no.
No. Cammy? No Cammy tonight either?
No.
Algo?
No.
No?
Oh my. Oh, Joe Dirt sent me a email. I got to reply back though.
Did he?
Yeah, it was a good email.
Well, that's cool. He's a good guy.
It seems like it.
Yeah, he was, boy, before his surgery, I seen all kinds of different him in different stages.
Yeah.
but he maintained, always maintained to be a good guy through even the roughest stages of the stuff he was going through. Same stuff you're going through right now.
Right. That's good. Yeah,
I
he's
think
making
at
it
one
seem
point he was
very
actually
promising.
trying to kill himself. Not that he would
Right.
ever, not that that's what he was doing, but I mean, you got a bad
With the
heart.
drinking in that, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're asking for it, kind of. But I myself, I wouldn't know how I would deal with it. I mean,
Right.
uh,
It's very scary. It's very, very scary.
yeah, I could just imagine.
Drinking isn't good for neuropathy, is it?
Oh no,
No.
oh,
I'm in trouble. Yeah, seriously, it's tingling. My feet feel so weird,
Mm.
and I'm pretty drunk.
Oh, jeez.
Well, you must not have it that bad yet. When it gets really bad, you'll know as soon as you put anything bad in your body, like sugars or beer or stuff like that. You'll know within an hour because you'll be in instant pain for a good few hours until that shit wears itself out.
But that's the diabetic neuropathy. I think mine's different. I'm not diabetic. It's different.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's the medicines that did it to me.
Yeah. I'm
Stay
sure-
away from gabapentin.
Yeah.
I wish
that's-
I'd never
no.
taken any pharmaceutical. I really do, but it's okay. I'm just hurting a little bit.
We're all broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, one way or another.
Yeah, I mean,
I bend, I don't break.
Really? What makes you bend, darling? Anyway.
well, I don't know about you, Chris, but you are the co-host, so you can handle that any way you want.
I'm shutting up.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
we're our minds are put together. We know what we're talking about now. It's time to change subjects.
Anyway,
Pilot for long gunman 6 months prior to 9/11. Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that. They put that shit. As I was telling Jim a long time ago, that they put shit in the movies, and that movie, the long gunman, had terrorists driving planes into the World Trade Centers. I mean, perfect script for what exactly
Never
happened.
saw the movie.
What?
I never saw that movie.
Do you
Yeah,
think that's part of the magic behind it? You know, they
Yeah.
put so much intention into it in the movies, and nobody pays attention because it never happened. But with
we
all
bring
their
it forward in our
intention,
subconscious.
with subconscious,
It's called
see,
The Long Gun.
in the past 2 days, I have learned that
the long
we
gun.
only use 7%
Oh
of our
no, the
brains.
long gunman. It's called the long gunman.
Okay, I got it.
7%.
Yeah, like 93% is our subconscious running basically everything. But we like
believe
as our consciousness in the sub, the forefront of it is only using like 7 to 10%. Our subconscious is running wild,
Look
which
at
I
all
mean
the
it would explain a
9/11
lot.
Look
But
at all the 9/11 synchronicities that were in Back to the Future. The Twin Pines Mall, the 9/11 upside down. It was like 6/11
That's-
at night or something like that.
yeah, it's weird.
It showed 9/11 when he came back in the town on the street. It had the two burning lines, and then up on one of the stores it had a 9. So, and they showed a perfect, right in order, 9/11. Yeah, yeah, it's interesting, and then you got the Mandela effect thrown on top of that, you know, and then I recently been starting to look into gematria, how everything works out as two numbers. It's a number game.
Ha, it's 11/11.
Yeah, so everything is numbers, and they could tell who the outcome of football game, and it's about specific stuff that happens. Like if the media would put out an article that says 243 men perished in a plane crash, da 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 da, and then 243 is a number that connects you to a town, a city and town, or state and city or whatever, and then that connects you to the football game. Which one. So all these numbers connect, and that gives you the winner of that game. Somehow I don't know how they do it, but it's very interesting because I've seen the outcome. And this guy, he's never talked about it, but if he's not a millionaire by now, using that method, I don't know how he could not be. I don't know if you guys watch that guy. He's on YouTube. I think his name is Gematria Man or something like that.
Never heard of him.
I still like my fixed point theory.
Okay.
Patrick knows about the fixed point theory.
Why don't you tell us? Tell everybody him.
Well, according to information gathered, we are supposed to be theorized as being in a split timeline, or were in a split timeline, because something happened in the past or something. I don't know. No one's sure. It's just a theory. But if there was a fixed point in time, something that always was going to happen, all split timelines would be pulled together at that fixed point. And then would be one timeline until choices were made after that fixed point. But the point being, as they connected in that fixed point, certain realities would change for different people, creating what you'd see as like a Mandela effect. Certain facts would change. And then after the fixed point, things would be allowed to carry on splitting and moving on. And we were either coming up to a fixed point, or 9/11 was a fixed point. Because after 9/11, we all started seeing changes. So we were either coming to a fixed point or we've had a fixed point, and that's my explanation of, theory-wise, of what the Mandela effect could be. What do you think? What do you think?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think I need to think on it some more. It's a very interesting. No, seriously, I'm serious. It's a very interesting concept.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
one that you gotta actually listen to a few times to get an understanding.
Yeah, I got a good feel.
Well,
It makes sense.
If we're in a split timeline, the only thing that would pull a split timeline back together would be a fixed point in time. And we know that life is a roller coaster ride, so you're going to get like chaos and balance. Therefore, you're going to get multiple choices and then fixed point, one choice. Multiple choices, then fixed point, one choice. That just stands to reason of the logic of the balance of the universe.
I'm still trying.
Am I being super nerd again?
No, you're right on my.
I don't know.
Doesn't
My
seem like-
curiosity would be: is it a fixed before we get there, or is it something I can't say the word. That an occasion that made us split, and what brought us back together, or is it a fixed before we got to it?
Well, they suggest that every single choice that you make branches out. It literally creates other timelines. Every single choice that we make, therefore there is
every single one.
Yeah, but to me, that's illogical because if
That's
you
a
do
spider
that,
web.
well, it's more like a tree that goes out into infinity, and that doesn't make
Right.
sense to me. So at some point, you have to pull the tree back in to the main stem, which to me is a fixed point in time, something where all the decisions, no matter what anyone makes, are going to end up with this particular thing happening at this certain point in time. That could be anything from catastrophes to miracles, anything, as long as it's fixed upon the whole of the timeline, which I think the universe itself balances out, because that's why life is such a roller coaster.
But it's an event that has to get the attention of everybody around the world, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but it could be a disaster, but it could also be a wonderful event. You know, it could be either. It's all according what the balance of the universe is at the time. So we may have had something that split our timeline, but at the same time, that could have just been our own choices.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
this is-
whatever's governing the balance brings the fixed points on a regular basis to bring the tree back into the root.
But there's so many characters that go along with each decision.
Oh, yes.
who
It's
knows?
just
We may
mind-boggling.
There's times where I felt like I've lived this life before. I've just made different decisions, and maybe what if we just relived our life over and over, and we're just making different decisions each time we live our life, therefore a different outcome every time. That would be kind of
Well, I must be at the bottom of my totem pole because, damn, I got a
Well,
lot of work to do on myself.
I do also have a theory of life itself, if you'd like to hear it.
Yeah.
Well, they say that energy never dies. Energy always transforms into another form of energy. Well, that leads to the idea that there is life after death. But it also, when you listen to the scientists, leads to the possibility of other dimensions, including a dimension of energy that exists within our own dimension. In other words, some dimensions are multiple dimensions upon other dimensions, you know, like building blocks. So this one's got matter, energy, frequency, blah, 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 resonance, loads, yeah? But one of these dimensions being an energy dimension, we would then go into. They also hypothesized that in an energy realm, what you think and feel would become your reality. Now, just think about that daunting thought for a second. If you took people as they are now and put them in an energy realm, some of the nightmares that they would create through not controlling their mind and their emotions would be so scary and horrible and nasty, it'd be incredible. So imagine if we are baby souls of pure energy, and what we need to do is control ourselves, our thoughts and our emotions. So here we are in this material realm, what I like to call the incubator of life, where we grow in energy so that we can sustain ourselves as a singular being in the energy realm instead of just dissipating. In other words, sense of self keeps you whole in the energy realm. But also you learn the control and the emotion so that you don't create all the nightmarish stuff. Instead, you create with everybody else in the energy realm and live a decent, thoughtful life.
Right. You're not a wild energy going, "Phoo, phoo, phoo," and you're just going to fly anywhere and join the.
Exactly, but that's why you've got this material realm where you've got so much bad and good that is all down to our choices and what we do, teaching us control of thought, control of emotions, to be able to get along with all these billions of other souls.
Yeah.
It's like, is that the mechanism?
I like that. I like that theory.
Thank you.
So, are you saying you think we do co-create reality?
I think we're learning how to here, but we actually co-create reality for real in the energy realm. But we're not allowed to do that until we've actually passed the test in school, which is where we are now, in the incubator of life.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question. And this is going to sound ignorant, but it's an actual real question. How do you explain the handicap, retardation, those souls that are trapped in these bodies that can't communicate, and that, how do they move on, and do they have any realization, even though they're trapped in this deformed body that they're in? It's something I've always wondered.
Or completely paralyzed?
Well, it's for the same reason why you have to ask the question of why is there death? Well, the only reason why we got death is to make sure that we actually appreciate life, because if we were immortal, then bad people could torture us till the end of infinity and we'd never be able to escape. So it's a case of death is
Wouldn't you feel if you're that soul that's stuck in this handicapped body that you can't do any type of communication or anything? You're just breathing and eating and shitting. And that's all you are. And you're stuck in this capsule until whenever it decides to move on.
Yeah. Are you asking if it's fair? Is it fair or
is it fair? Is it a punishment? Is it
maybe they chose to slowly come into this life because at one point maybe they were a rock? Because I think we could live at one point as anything, because everything is alive here, or we could be anything. So I don't know, I'm just guessing maybe they're slowly transitioning into this world at a very slow pace.
I've got a slightly different other theory. I get where you're coming from, Patrick, and I kind of go along with the idea that maybe we start off as, say, a bit of bacteria, and then we move up to insect, and then we move up to little bird, and then maybe a cat, and then maybe a dog, and then maybe finally a human. Maybe. That's a possibility. It's a good little theory. But also, when it comes to humans themselves, we talk about reincarnation and many lives, and I've got to be honest, I think that's true, because, again, balance. If you've got brand new souls, they're going to make more mistakes and they're going to seem evil. If you've got old souls, they're going to make less mistakes and they're going to seem really good. And that kind of balances it all out.
Yeah, I think there's
that makes sense.
But also, I think when you die, I think you are your own judge. I think when you die, everything that you ever did in your life, be it good or bad, you actually get to not only see and hear, but feel how it felt from the other person's point of view. And therefore, I think you judge yourself for your next life. And I think karma is you setting yourself straight. So for some of the people that are born into bodies that can't move, maybe that's because in their past life they killed a couple of thousand people and they feel guilty about it, and maybe that's the punishment they gave themselves. But that's only one possibility. You've got to throw in all the other possibilities, like, for example, a person stuck in a bed not being able to do anything.
is going to affect people around that person. So it might be to make people feel sorrow,
Sympathy or yeah.
Apathetic.
Empathy, compassion, kindness towards people that need help. It might be a spur for inspiration, to invent a device that means this person can communicate. You know, there's plenty of
Right.
reasons and theories to why, although it's not fair to the person, it might be and it might not, according to whether they did it to themselves or not, if they judge themselves. But again, it's all
Right,
theory.
right.
I'm just hypothesizing.
That's actually a very good. Wow.
Yeah, I've thought all
I
of
can
this
see
before.
that. That makes a lot of sense.
I get really nerdy and think about things too deep.
Yeah, no, I've been on that.
The thing that brings me to that is solipsism, and that is one scary thing. To think that everybody and everything is just you creating it, and you keep living,
Like a dream.
creating. Pretty
have,
much just dreaming.
Has anybody else out there, besides feeling like shit all the time, having a hard time breathing? I mean, not breathing, but
I failed my last breathing test.
like
They said
when
I have scarring on my right
you
side of
take
my
a deep
lung,
breath,
and
there's a pain that's in the bottom part of this chest. Like I didn't notice it until I was laying down and I went to cough, and it felt really sore right in this area, and I'm like, oh, why the hell am I so sore there? You know, it felt like I just got over
Well, I think they are spraying more than they used to spray, because I'm seeing so many more lines up in the sky. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I think they've gone full board on the spraying. But also, I would suggest that everyone get an EMF meter and start using it, because as they're increasingly turning on this 5G, more and more people are starting to get ill.
see, man, I the
More and more
chemtrails was
people
like
should get what?
more and
More and more people are getting ill with the 5G, because you can't put field upon
No,
field upon
You
field
were
on
saying
an
that
body.
we need to get something for ourselves to protect ourselves.
EMF
What was it?
reflectors.
Oh, it's not to protect ourselves. It's just to actually see that it's happening, which is an EMF meter.
Oh,
You get an EMF
Oh.
meter, and it goes into the high. You know you're being seriously affected, and when you're getting seriously affected, you can hallucinate. You can have heart problems. It can kill you.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was
yeah.
wondering.
Okay, I
isn't-
know what you're talking about.
Does iodine help for that or no? Or is
Yo,
that
iodine is code
for
you
nuclear radiation? Isn't iodine for radiation?
It's gonna help. Like lemon will help you with radiation.
Yeah, it is going to help, and at the same time, they say that some of the higher effects of turning it up can be similar to radiation. I think Crystal Shaman was on last night, and she was talking about getting ill without having chemo and all the rest of it. I've had chemo. I know what it's like to lose my hair and all the rest of it. And what she's saying sounds like she's sitting in an EMF field that is spiking through the roof, because you don't get those kind of effects naturally.
Yeah. So should we all be drinking a little bit of iodine? You know, like a few drops a day or something?
So I get iodine from like my iodine.
I have iodine here. I bought from InfoWars a long time ago.
I just get it from kelp or like those like seaweed.
Oh, okay. I got straight up iodine that you just. I think you just put a couple drops in water. I think I'm gonna start doing that, because I think that'll help with some of this radiation that's going through. Because I'm sure everybody's being radiated at this point. I mean, pretty heavily right now.
Well, it will help to get an EMF meter, like I said, and If you get the little one with lights, then
Does
when that goes up to red, you know you're in a dangerous place and get the hell out of there.
do you think the app works good?
The
The EF
App?
the
The EMF meter.
app. Get an app.
I wouldn't trust apps because apps can lie.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
All they got to do is tweak a button, and they can make those things lie. I mean,
I
an
think
EMF
those
meter
are just
costs
for
me.
entertainment.
An EMF meter, the ones they do ghost hunting with, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
You can get one of them for about $10 online.
Oh, okay.
And they have
That's
really
not so
expensive
bad.
ones.
Yeah.
What about that Randonautica?
Oh
Well,
no, that's
that-
evil. That's evil. You
Yeah.
want to mess with that? That's up to you.
I had a feeling about
No.
that when I heard about that. I was like, "Fuck that!" Some
Never
one of
heard of
these
it.
ladies that I ride. Well, I don't ride with her anymore, but I used to ride with her every morning. She was one of the girls that. But anyways, she's in her mid-30s, and she tried to get me one day to come over and ride around with her to play that Randonautica, whatever. And I was like, hell no, I ain't doing that.
What is it?
I don't want no part of that.
Well, some people have found dead bodies with it.
Tell anybody want to tell Jim what it is.
Found dead
Uh,
bodies with what?
Randonautica, you set your intention, right? And it kind of like reads your mind. It'll show you, it's an exploring app. So it'll put places on the GPS for you to follow. And you drive to it or whatever, or walk. And
Okay.
you'll see things that align with what you were wanting to find. I guess. I don't know.
Whoa.
It's led people into some really crazy situations, like finding dead bodies and things like that.
Yeah, there were six
Wow.
kids by the coast. They found a suitcase and they opened it up, and there was this dead body in it, and the police were there and everything. It all got filmed. It all got put on YouTube.
Whoa.
Yep. Some things we shouldn't mess with, but they desensitize people with TV and films and news so much these days. You got people doing some of the craziest stuff you've ever seen.
Well, I think they say it's running on quantum computers, right?
Well, if an app can find dead people, why don't we just like look for the dead bodies? Like, why doesn't the government do that then? We have so many missing people, and if it's just an app,
It's like asking them to use a Ouija board.
I think they're.
I don't-
It's like I think it uses D-Wave, maybe some sort of D-Wave computer. That's an evil computer there. That D-Wave.
I don't believe in that. I cannot believe in that. D-Wave, a computer that literally breaks all time and space barriers into another dimension to get answers to questions that we can't answer in this dimension. I mean, seriously, a computer chip that can
I thought they
literally
were
open a gateway to another dimension. No, I can't believe it.
Different aliens or whatever over from that other dimension, another dimension.
Until I
They'll-
see it, I ain't going to believe that one. I'm sorry, I can't. I mean, think about it. They've got a chip that can open a portal to another dimension. If they can make a chip, then they can make a gate. If they can make a gate, then they would go through.
Yeah, why didn't they leave yet?
Maybe they do.
Maybe they do. Maybe they have been for thousands of years. Perhaps that's what all those stargates all around the world are.
Yeah, I was
Perhaps
just gonna say,
what they're calling the
why-
D-Wave is not actually
would
the
they-
D-Wave, but it's the control mechanism for the stargates.
hey,
Yeah.
it's really low.
Yeah.
Okay, my head exploded a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I get too nerdy.
No,
I feel like I'm watching an episode of Doctor Who.
It's all fucking just fascinating and very interesting. This is how my mind is just like yours, Buzzicino. It is constantly thinking along them lines. You know, like I even think, what if we've already done this and we're just living our own life already in the computer system, watching ourselves on a damn computer doing this live stream.
Oh
You know?
no! That would drive you crazy, dude. I mean, I wrote a quote once, which was, "What if you got through this reality to the next reality, and found out that somebody had programmed this reality, and therefore you followed them in that reality and found out that that reality was a program, and that somebody had programmed that reality, and you follow it back through all the realities, and when you finally get to the real world, you find out that you're sitting there at a computer, and you're the one that wrote the program to see how your life would work out.
Yeah, that is.
How would that mess with you?
That's going pretty deep.
That is
But I have
solipsism.
kind of been there before too. Exactly. Yeah, that's deep. You know.
That's solipsism. Just being the creator of your own misery. For what?
You know, when I have a panic attack once in a while, it gets so bad to where I actually feel like I'm all by myself. Like there's not, all I see is blackness around me. There's absolutely nothing. There's not even sound. There's nothing.
That's
And
over.
I'm just,
It's overthinking.
what?
It's overthinking and stagnant energy.
Yeah, because when you stretch out your emotions, you can feel that you are never alone. Never, ever, ever, ever. You are never alone. There are things and all that around us 24/7. We can't see them, we can't hear them. They're energy and they're around, but we the only way you can do it is feel them, I reckon. I have a
That's
different
got
theory.
to suck at certain times.
I've got a different theory. If you want to listen to a creation theory, this is one that I had when I was 10 years old. It's the reason why I got chucked out of Sunday school for asking too many questions. But you got to remember, I'm an innocent 10-year-old kid, and I've just been told that there's this God, and there's only one of him. So as a 10-year-old, I'm thinking, well, that's going to be lonely. I wouldn't like that. If I was God and it was just me, what would I do? I know. I'd cut myself in half. I'd create a massive universe. I'd split the other half of me into trillions and trillions of souls and give them lives in this universe to have all these different experiences and all the rest of it. And then at the end of the time, I'd bring all those souls back together into one being, and I would have somebody to talk to from that point that's slightly different to me.
So what's great about that is I like that idea. I really like that.
Yeah.
It was a 10-year-old theory.
It's cool to think about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
I like it.
I mean, who'd want to stay on their own? Who'd want to be the only one of something? Who?
Yeah. Well, maybe he's just the maybe there are a bunch of beings like him, but they're not. You know, he's the one in charge of the computer, so he is the one who creates. Everybody else has got their own other job there. So yeah, he created us just like you said. You know, he's got the bitchy wife over here, and then he's got the damn kids that he's got over. He just he goes on his computer, cuts himself in half to make somebody that's just like him, so he can, because nobody can converse on his level the way he does, right? So he's gonna bring. No, I get it. I'm just playing with it a little bit. I'm playing with your idea a little.
Oh, it's good to play with theories. Like I say, no one can really know the 100% full truth till they die. So everybody's theories are legitimate to a degree. So we should all be telling our theories, because the more theories we actually communicate between each other, the closer to the truth we actually do get. But people have to stop believing their theory is correct, because we won't know till we die. We need to just say, this is a theory, I'm expressing it. If you believe it, you do. If you don't believe it, you don't. Accept it. You know?
Sure.
It's how we move forward. When we actually get stuck on a belief, sometimes we can't move past it because that belief requires so much faith across a whole broad spectrum, and there's only a few people that believe in it.
Yeah, I don't know why we worry about death so much when it does happen. It's going to be just like an instant, and we're going to be transformed into who we really are. It'll be that quick. So I believe, right? we don't know, but it still doesn't explain the Mandela effect and stuff that we're actually seeing with our eyes.
I'll still go back to my fixed point one on that one, dude.
I feel like our consciousness has.
So you think we are talking to ourselves? Like in the future?
I think our consciousness has been picked up and put.
I mean, retrocausality could be a thing, like, our future selves. But that doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't really explain it to me. I feel like something has contacted me, something invisible that can change matter. And if that's not God or a God, the God of this room, something that can control time and matter. I mean, I don't know if it's controlling time or just matter, because I remember things differently. So I don't know. I don't know. But I know it's something.
Well, what do you know, Crunchy?
I know it's something. The Mandela effect is real, and it is something.
I hope somebody's tearing these bots a new a-hole.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Oh, I can't do anything from here anyway.
Yeah, I have seen people dealing with the other bots. I appreciate you guys being on top of that.
I'm always really late to it. I try to act really fast, but it doesn't. It's either you get them, I'll go get some. Chris, I seen got a few. I don't know. I'm always real slow with it.
That's okay. You'll get faster. The more you play with the wrench, the better you'll get. Who the hell did I? Who did I time out the other day?
Joe Dirt.
Oh yeah, it was Joe Dirt that I timed out. Yeah, if you don't use it, you'll forget how to. If you don't abuse it, you forget how to use it.
No comment.
Chris is being very quiet. I don't even know if I have a co-host anymore.
I don't even try that crap. I caught you at that the other night.
All right, Buzz.
She's still thinking about my comment.
I'm still thinking about that. Like, wow. All right, so this is real.
That's why I didn't say anything, and I put it over in Chris's court. Whatever you want to do, you go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I ate a gummy like a couple hours ago.
You had a what?
A gummy. I want to go.
Oh, nice.
And the thing is, it says 50 milligrams D8, Delta 8 on the front, right?
Oh, it's a Delta 8?
But on the back, it says per gummy, 50 milligrams, Delta 8. So I think that's what I'm getting, right? But on the back, it says 12.5 milligrams, Delta 8 per gummy.
Per gummy.
So, what's the rest of the 50? What else is in that? So, I don't know, man.
How many gummies are there? Because I guess on the outside, they're going to be saying what's inside the whole package.
Yeah, you must have had 4 of them if it's 50 milligrams. And each
no, I had 10.
10.
Well, then there's more than 50 milligrams in that bag.
It was total of 500 in the bag, yeah.
Oh,
but it
okay.
says on the front, it says per milligram, 50.
Where'd you get it from?
Or I mean, per gummy, 50 milligrams per gummy, right?
I got
But
you.
on the back it says 12.5 per gummy, like in the servings and all the ingredients and stuff.
Right.
And then per whatever those are called, they it says 12.5.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
So
in it?
I'm like, which is it? Am I getting 50 or 12.5?
It's hard to hear you.
Take six of them and see how it feels. You feel really good.
I've taken
It's
one
50.
and I feel great. But I've also
Then it's got to be 50.
Travis trying to butt in here.
No, I was just asking, like, is there anything else in it? I don't know. But I do have a random little question. I'm sitting in the car, right? So it's been kind of cold. And I forgot I left water in here, but these two waters have been in here. Can somebody explain to me why one of them is like super
Aquafina.
frozen and the other one is like not frozen?
What?
Aquafina?
No, Smart Water.
Oh,
So
really?
Was one on the floor and one like
They
in
were
the
both
seat?
literally right next to each other on the floor.
Interesting.
Really interesting.
That's weird to me.
How warm did it get this afternoon?
Yeah, maybe
It
the
only
sun.
went to like 36.
Maybe the sun hit one, and then
Yeah, it's
not
the
the other.
only
I don't know.
thing I could think of too.
They're like in the
'Cause
back
it,
seat, and the sun's probably not even hitting them. I don't even
Or
know. It's just
one
weird to me.
one is closer to the heater than the other. Like
Where's
if
the
you
heater? I didn't turn the car on. I haven't been in this thing for like a week.
Oh, really?
I don't know then.
I don't know. This is blowing my mind.
Taste one might be vodka.
But it's not open. Oh, that's crazy. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it is.
It was just
Yeah,
random. I'm just-
Novelist said that's a good point. Maybe they started out at a different temperature. Like one was colder than the other.
I mean,
Well,
okay,
they've been
Come back.
in the car for how long?
A week.
a couple weeks.
A couple of weeks, so they would have been the same temperature at one
Yeah.
point.
I know. Yeah.
Are they from the same manufacturer?
Yeah, Smart Water comes from New York.
Johnny Cool says, I can't tell you how much I'm enjoying this conversation. Well,
One bottle is from Flint, Michigan, and the other one's from New York, and they just both say New York.
They both, I don't know. They both got the same like number and everything.
The only thing that I could think of is, when you're doing stuff like cleaning water, they had chemicals and all the rest of it. So
Mhm.
I'd imagine one of the bottles was when they literally had put the cleaning stuff in. And then towards the end of the cycle, the other bottle was towards the end of the cycle, so it's got less chemicals in it. So one froze up and one didn't.
I know
That's-
what's going on. I know what's going on. They've been in there so long, they started to date, and she's giving him the cold shoulder.
No.
Oh
That makes
my God.
Right? This one's
That was
all
cool.
hot.
That was cool, Patrick.
I don't know you no more.
What did you say?
I said, I don't know you no more, man. I don't know who you are. You stranger
I
danger.
I just think deep. I think
But no,
that whenever I have a scenario, my mind starts shooting off conspiracies. There's a conspiracy. Maybe he cheated on her, and she's a real bitch. Or maybe he's a real asshole, and she was so mad that she froze him.
it's just weird because I
Wow.
was thinking about coming down here
Who
for,
did
like,
the
2 days.
gummies?
It was crunchy. Oh, right. We thinking
Yeah.
of Patrick who had gummies.
Right,
But
right.
I've been
Sounds
doing
like
this.
something I would do. No comment, Jim.
Yeah, there you go.
What was that?
Praise him.
Is anybody looking at
You
chat?
said
Yeah.
Has anybody seen the movie The
see
Life
that.
of John Malkovich?
I've not seen it. No.
Okay. Well, it basically what it is these people would go into this room, and they go in there, and then when they're in there, they're actually in the head of John Malkovich, and they're making decisions for him and that, and he's having arguments with them in his head. Then when they dump him out, everybody gets dumped out at the same
I
spot
did see
in
that part
Los Angeles.
of the film. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine if we did that in your head?
My people in my head are always thinking, like, they're all like, what could it be? And then they're all constantly arguing with each other. Hey, how do you guys like my photo for that?
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, it was cool.
I thought that was really funny. And I thought it went pretty good with the title, you know, that
Oh, yeah, I saw it.
this world is fake. And he's like, did you hear that? What? This world is fake? Or it's all a stage, you know, basically fake. It's all a stage. We're living in the world is a stage. The world is your stage, and you are the star. You can be anything you want to be, even if you're 60 years old. You can be anything you want to be.
Yep. Is life a battle or is life a stage? Story forever changing, page by page.
All I know is that it's getting very expensive.
You got that right. $2.69 for a loaf of bread.
Why do we have to pay to live this life when we never ordered it? I wasn't the one responsible for me being born. You know? I'm joking. This is all like a joke, but I'm just saying it's a thought though, right? Well, why do we have to pay? Why does not any other animal have to pay to live on this planet but us?
Because we're not animals, that's why. Nah.
Oh, I've been called worse.
Yeah. I wish it was back in the Indians and the Mennonites, the Amish, back in that lifestyle. I think that was the way to live.
Hell no.
Jeremiah's barn burnt down. Everybody comes together and builds them a new barn, and the women or men who are cooks cook up a great feast for everybody when they're done building that barn, and we all enjoy each other's company. You know, that's the way it should.
That'd be fine, but I'd have to be like a Mennonite. I could still have my electricity and in my car.
Yeah, but it's creating a culture, isn't it?
Wimpy.
It's creating.
I like my hot running water.
Have you seen the eco villages that are blooming up everywhere?
If you
the what?
Eco villages. There's these things that they're calling eco houses. It's like a house that is built half underground, half above ground, but that keeps the heat in. Then they've got solar panels on the top. They got big windows on the sun siding face, which helps grow the plants on the inside, which helps circulate the water around the house past the fireplace, which heats up the water to give you hot running water. I mean, these are self-sustaining houses, and you've got groups of people doing just that. getting together. They'll all build one, then they'll move on to the next one, and they'll build everybody's house together.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. That's
Now
awesome.
imagine that for 3 billion people in the world.
It
You know
can
how
be
much
done.
space
It
that
can
would
be
take
done.
up?
Oh my
No,
God!
I'm
you
not. I'm
know
not
how much
saying that.
space there
How
is?
much space?
Some of us want to live on the water. They don't all have to be on land.
Yeah, true.
Some people
That's
want to
true.
be in the sky. You know that we can make that happen. Some people just want to be underground. You know, I mean, fully underground. So I just think as long as we're all helping each other build what they want, and they're building what you want. That's loving one another. Nobody should be have to steal from one another because
Yeah.
all
It's
you
human
need to do
nature,
is
Pat.
just
It's
To
human
steal.
nature. You're never going to have where it's all a utopia. A utopia does not exist.
you
It can
can't
never.
say that it'll never happen.
It'll never happen. It's not
No,
human
You
nature.
can't say it'll never
No.
happen.
We
I
have
feel
too
like
much greed in our body.
Hmm.
There's too much
It's
greed.
human nature. If you think there's good, you got to know there's bad in people
Mhm.
as
You're
well.
you're al-
Yeah, no, right,
you
but
always think the grass is greener on the other
that's just
side.
what Buzzachino was talking about earlier. Learning how to contain that badness. Everybody has bad thoughts, but it's what you do with them bad thoughts.
I do agree. It's what you do with those bad thoughts, but not everybody's going to be able to contain them.
Yeah,
Well,
but everybody's not supposed to get it right because you have bad thoughts, therefore you do that bad thing. Say you've chosen to do that bad thing. Well, from that bad thing becomes cause and effect. Something bad happens. So you learn by what the cause and effect is, how bad that bad thing is you did, and then you either regret it or you get flippant about it and egotistical about it and say, well, what do I care? But at the end of your life, when you judge yourself over it, you may judge yourself more harshly than you did whilst you was alive.
mhm.
So then you change your karma for your next life where you're learning more lessons, but now you're going to add to yourself, I don't know, you're going to give yourself a club foot to make it harder to walk because the bad thing you did caused somebody else not to be able to walk in the past life.
Yo, I-
You know, it just, to me, when you look at life in general, it seems to be all about balance and learning. I can't see any other major thing in there. That seems to be it, balance and learning.
Yeah, yeah,
Even our emotions are tools of cause and effect of number one, sense of self, and number two, to be able to judge right and wrong from an emotional standpoint, from the heart. They are, to me, emotions are tools of learning.
yeah. No,
Am I going too nerdy again? Because it's gone quiet again.
No, you're right. No.
I would. Yeah.
No,
it's
you
just
get our
that I would
minds
have to
thinking.
agree. I would have to
Yeah, I
agree
never-
with you. Yeah. No, I was just actually looking through the chat. The guideline strike. Welcome, welcome, my skies 5D, and who else? Johnny Cool.
Yeah, I saw
Welcome,
Cammy in there.
living
Johnny
and loving
Cool.
life.
I saw
well,
two people that I've never seen before.
Cellular Door. Welcome, Cammy. Welcome, Matt.
Cammy,
And Chloe.
Pyman.
Yeah,
Chloe
Pieman was telling me to
here.
check out a channel.
Let's see. I think I.
Trust Gordon Fisherman.
I think I got everybody. Noblest D, welcome, buddy. Started out. Okay, so I'm gonna read a little bit of what chat's saying. Guideline Strike said if you people don't know the channel called Quantum of Conscience, yep, I watched that one.
Yeah.
Check him out. Listen to his book called reality few can see. I've not read his book, but I do watch. I've been watching his channel for about 4 years now. Um, I do agree that he's. I do like his content. Um, Mad Pyman says energy is the power that has been stolen from us. We should take it back and live in harmony.
I like it.
I've got a little poem for you if you want.
Yeah, hold on a second. One more. Living and Loving Life says that's living like the Venus Project resource based communities. Yeah, maybe it is a little too much because you guys are right. Okay, so go ahead, Buzzachino. Give us a
Cheers,
poem.
brother. It's just a quickie. It's only a short one. I call
Oh,
it
baby.
Creation Reality. The thought, you see, it seems to me, that it creates this energy. The energy is in full motion, which brings to me my second notion. Everything moving creates a change. Noticing this gives time a range, measurement for our perception so that we may recognize creation. Understanding lets us see so we can describe our reality.
I've heard something similar to that before.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you.
So anybody else? Does anybody else do any poems or singing or any kind of talent that you would like to say? Anybody?
I do, but there's just way too many men in this room.
Yeah, right.
Anyway.
Oh, goodness.
Jim, you're in timeout.
We gotta somehow calm that.
I got some extra time.
We gotta calm that ego of yours somehow.
Oh my God, Pat, how long have you known me? Has my ego ever changed? No.
No.
Remember when we went to the bar with Rich?
Yeah. Yeah. You're an idiot.
But I had fun. I did have fun.
The guy
I?
just throws his money at girls he don't even know, I'm just
But they enjoyed it, didn't they?
well, of course
They had me enjoy it.
It was a wedding party, and it was all the bridesmaids and shit, and yeah, they got what they wanted out of you, and then as soon as your money was done, they were gone.
It's all right. I still enjoyed myself.
But yeah, it was fun to watch. Rich and I just sat back talking to each other, watching him do his stuff. You did, I guess you did pay, you did get a kiss out of it, didn't you?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
wasn't it the bride or something? I don't know.
Bridesmaid. It was the first bridesmaid.
It's like the bride kissed you.
She's the only one that felt guilty to. Oh, I gotta give this guy something.
Pat, you got an echo.
Yeah, I think that's Chris. Jim.
I've paid more for less.
If Jim mutes himself, I won't hear an echo. See, the echo's gone now.
Is it gone?
Yeah.
Jim, you're in timeout. Ha
Is it back again?
Yeah, your echo. Anytime I talk, it echoes.
No, he's good now because he's off.
No,
mute.
sounds good now.
Yeah, now.
Okay.
I wonder what that was
All
all
right, now
about.
try it.
Well, now other people are echoing off you. I'm echoing still.
Is it me?
All right. Well, you know what?
Hold on, let's see.
out of here then.
Hold on.
It's probably
No, that was Trev now.
It's Trev.
Yeah, it's Trev. So
Huh.
now that we got rid of him, let's talk about. No, Trav's a good guy.
Yeah, he is. I like him a lot.
John Cool said that. Call the community. Oh, I already read that.
Boop, boop. Hey, did you see Rob Zombie's making a new monster movie?
Oh God.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I
I'm
like
down
Rob
for
Zombie's
last
movies.
year, Johnny Cool said. So did somebody get that bot? I'm. What did was it poker night here for Sandy D or what?
No, I was at her house today.
Yeah, I know.
And,
I figured
I
she
left.
would be on here by now. Hey, Allison,
Yeah,
welcome.
I left at 7:00, and she, as far as I knew, she said I would see you tonight on the show, and I go, yeah, okay, I'll see you tonight. And I figured she was going to be here.
Yeah, you told her right, 8 or 9 o'clock.
I told her 9:00.
Yeah, yeah.
I told her.
I thought I had switched the thing till 9 o'clock, but it said 8 o'clock. And like Trev and Chris were trying to call me, and I was like, "Fucking me!" So I had to hurry up and get dressed and get ready because I thought I had 2 hours. Last time I looked at the clock, it was like 7 o'clock. I'm like, oh, I got 2 hours, and here the stream started at 8. But them 2 hours or the hour went by fast. I'm like, fuck.
Huh.
Time just is like going by so damn fast. I can't believe that it went by this damn fast for our grandmas and grandpas and stuff. I'm sure it went by faster because they all said it, but not this fucking fast.
Yeah, I know.
You look at the clock. I look at the clock at 11 o'clock, 10, 11 o'clock. Before I know it, it's 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Boom.
That's one of the things that made me think of the fixed point theory. Because if you imagine all those timelines coming together towards a fixed point, they're going to get pulled in tight, compacted together. So what's that going to do to time? It's going to speed it up towards that fixed point. Or, because it's all theory, after the fixed point, the more choices causes spread out of timelines. So immediately it goes out faster from the fixed point. One or the other, it either comes in fast or it goes out faster. So
Yeah.
time could actually be speeding up or slowing down according to where the fixed point is.
Yeah. Johnny, no driving to get more gremlins galore after midnight. Not to mention, there's pigs all over the roads. Oh, did you hear that? Johnny, no driving no driving to get more gremlins galore after midnight. Yeah, but don't forget the pigs out there. They're all over the roads. You know, right? Johnny, time to make a still. Man, my eyes are like. Johnny, time to make a still and never drink the blue Kool-Aid. And never eat the yellow snow.
I already did.
Did you see that it was snowing in Florida the other day?
Was it really though?
Was it really?
Yeah, somebody put a video on YouTube that it was snowing It was snow. It was some pretty good snow coming down. They had to have had at least a half an inch or so.
Well, when I lived in Fort Walton Beach, we got snow. We got probably about 3 inches through the whole season.
The last time I ever seen it snow in Florida was 1990, and I was in over by Tampa Bay, Clearwater, Florida, visiting my girlfriend's dad, and we come out of the mall. It's right around Christmas time, and we come out of the mall, and it was snowing out, and I was like, "What? We just left Wisconsin to get away from this shit, and now it's snowing." Unbelievable.
Yeah, I saw snow in Texas when I was leaving. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it never snowed in Texas for me until a few years ago. I noticed that Dallas was starting to get snow during their football games, and I was like, "What? It fucking snows in Texas?"
Yeah, it rains
Yeah.
everywhere.
The winters don't last long in Dallas at all. Because I lived in Fort Worth for 2 years, and I can only remember maybe 3 or 4 times it snowed. Tornadoes, that's a different story.
Mm-hmm. Good thing I didn't see any on the road. That would have been crazy.
Did you know that one of Tesla's biggest fears was one of his technologies, the one to manipulate weather, would be used by the bad guys against the people.
Ah, figures.
That was his biggest fear.
Yeah.
Isn't that DARPA?
Well, harder and more.
Who's
They
actually-
split it into many technologies.
It's a bunch of things.
Go ahead and somebody say something. I want to see who is
Hello?
Something.
I'm echoing
something
again.
that just wasn't enough to find out whether they're still echoing.
Can you hear me?
The echo, you can come back, Trev. The echoing, it stopped.
It stopped now.
Yeah, it stopped now. It
Testing
stopped
1 2
now.
3. Testing 1 2 3.
Gun testing 1 2 3. Damn it! I want to hear a call back.
Hey,
Roger, 10-4.
There you go.
Roger, 10-4.
right.
Allison
Dispatch.
said February 4th, 2006. It was 90 fucking 5 years later. It snowed. No, I know what you meant. 90 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm just playing with your words. She said February 4th, 2006. It was 90 degrees Fahrenheit. 5 years later, it snowed. I shouldn't have did that. Okay, I'm sorry.
I've been questioning
what
the
area?
weather since I was 8 years old, because in 1978 in Britain, 8 years old, I knew what seasons were. I had them explained to me. But there I am, July, middle of summer, right, for 2 hours on July, I think it was either 8th, 9th or 10th. It snowed for 2 hours in Britain. July, middle of summer.
Wow.
Since that day, I have questioned what's happening with the weather. And of course, I ended up being classed as a conspiracy theorist because of all the lines in the sky and all the rest of it, pointing all them out. And now you've got China actually admitting, hey, we can change the weather. This is how we do it. We spray stuff out the back of a plane. We create these lines, which creates clouds, which creates weather change. You know, so all the conspiracy theorists are now right. They can manipulate the weather. And now that we know that, why isn't that changing people's minds as into looking at these weather things that are hitting different countries and saying, well, hang on, is this natural? Or are these bad guys doing it on purpose to cause what? We need to look at that. We need to look at that.
There's all this other stuff distracting everyone. You know?
Exactly. There's a lot to distract. That's the whole point. They run the narrative They play that game. They never do one thing. They create like 20 different things for everyone to argue about, and they never give you the full truth so that you can really argue about it. Whilst on the other side, they're pulling all the magic tricks, illusion.
But do you really think everything's an illusion?
Not everything.
No, it's some things are what you call an illusion. It's not actually an illusion, but it's more of a mind game. It's a mind trick. It's psychology. It's to get you to see things that aren't there or that aren't happening, but you fear it, so you don't do this anyway, even though that was never there in the first place.
I do agree with you. I do agree with you that psychology does. I'm not a believer in psychology at all. After watching a lot of the trials from original scientific psychologists and stuff like that, and what they've done to people experimenting on them, I don't trust psychology at all.
No, but we can trust cause and effect of what we learn in our own lives with the people around us, as in, if you don't look at psychology as the tool they created, but instead of the psychology of you personally understanding people around you, that's where I'm coming from. I'm not coming from the psychology degree, PhD, repeat the same crap because they're paid to people. The bad ones that have done these crazy experiments in the past, I don't trust any of that. But the precept of psychology itself from a personal standpoint, understanding the way people think around you, I think that can be very helpful, especially when it comes to all the anger and hate that we have in this modern age. Everybody gets stressed out, and everybody needs to find a way to relieve that stress. Otherwise it builds up and then we explode at each other. And some people are mistaking this for somebody attacking them when it's actually a mistake. And some of these people are apologizing and other people aren't actually forgiving them for it and all that. When you understand the psychology of those around you, you tend to look for intent instead. And with intent, then someone's trying to do something bad, then you can actually hold, them responsible. But most of the time, people are just making mistakes and people are apologizing, and I'm not seeing as much forgiveness these days. And yet we're not seeing the intent. It's the situation the bad guys have created so much stress. We got to actually start forgiving each other, but stop forgiving the people that are causing it in the first place. These people who think they're in so much power, they're the ones doing it. We got to stop aiming all this crap at each other. Stop this division they're creating.
I'm not a believer in people. There's a reason behind what everybody does. Because sometimes people are just evil. They're just born that way. Just like sometimes people are born really good. And it's the good versus evil, the yin and the yang. And sometimes if you look too much into what you think the intent was or why somebody did that, it's not actually the truth. It's what you're trying to make yourself believe.
Yeah, but that's what I was talking about, the psychology of understanding those around you. If you know someone to be a relatively good person, you're less likely to think, oh, they intentionally did that to hurt me, because immediately you'd see the Occam razor. The most common possibility is they made a mistake. They've apologized. I'll forgive them. It's complete strangers. They're the hardest to read, and that's when people have to look at intent.
I think even people that may be in your life that don't always have the intention that you think they have. Because when you look at somebody and you're like, oh.
And you got to look at it by perception.
Right. You look at it by perception. So it's like, and I'm using this as an extreme example, so don't jump all over me. But I'm sure Jeffrey Dahmer's mom didn't look at him like when he was a baby and be like, oh, he's going to be a serial killer. You know what I mean? It doesn't, sometimes you don't know what a person's intention is unless they tell you what it is. Does that make sense?
Sure.
I'd say it does if they're a stranger. If you've known them your whole life and they're a good person, you normally know their intent. If they're a bad person, you normally know their intent. It's only strangers that we have that problem with. And not being funny, but I think that's why we actually have this inner instinct, this thing we call a gut feeling, the thing that when certain strangers walk up to us, we get that gut feeling that says, get away from this one. This one's a bad one.
They'd probably say that about me.
Would you say, Trev? I didn't hear you.
Now, I get a good vibe from you, Trev.
Oh, thanks.
You're
I would
vibing,
hope-
brother.
I'd be told the opposite, but okay.
Trev, you know you're my boy.
Bro, I love you all, like, but words just don't do it. I just,
I know.
I'm in a weird mood right now.
Aw. It's okay, Jim.
But yeah,
Jim needs a hug.
Who, me?
I'm the hugging one. I hug all the time, right? I should have one of those shirts, free hugs.
I thought about doing that too.
I probably wouldn't do it though.
I would. I just don't know where I'd do it.
I probably would too. I'm joking. I don't know. I thought about it though. All right, that's random. Who cares? Next subject.
Oh no, I had Jim in timeout for his. I don't bend. I don't break.
Look who's still thinking about it. I got nothing to say. I had nothing to do with
I
this.
meant emotionally and.
But ain't nobody been talking about nothing about anything like that, and you just brought it out of smoking midair. No, baby, you still thinking about it, honey? No, I'm kidding.
Jim, time out.
Bye, everybody. I'm being timed out again.
No, but seriously, I don't believe everybody has good intentions, and I don't believe everybody is good. It doesn't mean there isn't good people out there. And I think that we want to see the good in people because it makes our reality better. But in the reality thick of things, not everybody. Some people are evil and they're just evil. And there is no excuse. There is no abuse in the past. There is no this. It's not, poor baby. And
let me give you, for instance, I have a son-in-law. Pat knows who I'm talking about. The guy's tattooed up. He's got his neck tattooed, his chest tattooed. He's, got a good firm body. He looks like a skinhead. Got the head shaved and everything. And you look at him first impression, you think he's
the body.
Nobody you want to fuck with. Dude, he's the biggest chump I've ever seen in my life. Dumb as a box of rocks.
Aww.
You just can't go by your first impression of anything.
Well, not even just with strangers, but did you ever know somebody and then they did something and you're like, damn, I didn't think they were able to do that.
Oh, yeah, many times.
You can't.
I'm like literally looking in the direction of something that happened to me, like with somebody the same situation you just said.
So it's like a person can be, unless they're telling you and they're proving it, and not just telling you, but proving who they are to you. You can't say that they're ultimately good or they're ultimately bad. So when they prove through, you can kind of be like, well, yeah, that person, he seems like a good person. But like I said, there isn't one, I don't think, serial killer out there that their mother was like, oh, he's going to grow up to be a little serial killer, aren't you? You're just so cute. No, I don't think that happened. But did they wind up doing evil shit? Yeah.
Serial killer. Oh, he's just so...
And that's the same thing that goes, you can't blame it on nurture either, because I know some nice ass people with some mean ass fucking kids, and I know some nice kids with some mean ass parents. So it's who the person is and the core of who they are.
Which is interesting. But then, like we say, like a good or a bad person. I don't know, like, how are you I don't even want to ask that question. Never mind. I don't want to know what makes a bad person bad. Like, how can you Because I know, like, I've had crazy,
When
like,
you don't have it, when you don't have something in your mind arguing with you on what's right and what's wrong, that makes you a bad person.
hmm.
You
Well, that's
have no
interesting.
conscience.
I can't even imagine that.
And yet it has to be because, like Chris was saying, you've got that balance. You've got to have evil people to have really good people. Everyone else is like in that grey area in between. But you have to have the extreme examples to make it obvious enough to learn from. If you can't see the cause and effect, then you can't actually learn a lesson from it. And you need the extremes to be able to see that.
It's like the ancients believed in paideia, which is how you groom your children in society to make society more harmonious, because they knew, that there's inherently through humans good and evil. They can do both. But if you raise them with the thought that, okay, God's going to be there to punish you, or there's a punishment, it can make people not do things that they would do otherwise. But sometimes there's just, and I'm not saying everybody, but there is some people out there that are just evil. They're just evil people. And they get a kick out of it, or it feeds them. There's something inside of them that's just that way.
And that's something I can't even really think, like, get my head around and stuff. I don't want to, but it's like I always felt, with me anyway, it's a choice, and that I could have gone either way, and like really be stern in either way. But I just made it a point to, not be on the bad side of things or whatever, like gossip and talk ill about somebody, or think whatever. I would just like not do that. But I get to this point where it's like sometimes I'm just like, yo, I want to flip that switch. Like, especially being in New York, and you feel like with the interactions with what's going on in the energy over here, bro, it's like easy to be like a villain out here, bro. Like it's like you're groomed to be that out here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's part of the city culture, I think, too, Trev. Because being from Philly, I know that. I know that feeling when I'm ready to go from 0 to freaking 1,000.
Like
And
that.
it's like a snap. It could be a look. It could be say something. That was what I used to say. Say something. Go ahead. You want to try it? Say something. and it was just, so I understand that. And it's a lot different when you live out in the country. You don't have that aggression that you have in cities. But
And then I was in, yeah.
that, I think, is more of like a defense than anything. I'm talking about people that really do some evil shit, and they like it. They like it. It's just the way they are, and they don't want to change. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so like the ones that are like the illustrators of whatever we're seeing right now.
Yes, that is correct. Like if you look,
Somebody fell asleep.
no, that's on my end. Sorry, but if you look at my, like, how do I say this? If you look at the Asian chick that got tossed off the subway platform in New York.
Oh, I didn't know what you right there.
That is just evil. Like, that is really evil. She wasn't doing anything to anybody. There was no reason. The intent was to kill her. So that was their intent, because that's what they showed you the intent was. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's too late when people show intent that way. But he could be that same person that threw her off the subway or whatever. Could be a person that gave like somebody $5 because they needed change for parking or whatever. That doesn't make them a good person. They just did something good. And you could say it the other way. They're just not necessarily evil. They just did something evil. But if somebody actually does something evil, then they're evil. Does that make
Have you
sense?
ever seen that movie? Have you ever seen that movie Falling Down? Anybody?
I don't remember.
About it was about it was I can't remember Kirk Douglas, I think it was, or one of the Douglases. But anyways, he's a regular business guy. He goes into work like he does every day. He's done for 20, 30 years, whatever the hell it was. He goes in there, he loses his job, he leaves there, gets stuck in traffic, runs out of gas or something like that. Something happens to the car. He ends up having to walk. Somehow, some way, he ends up with a shotgun. I don't remember how it, and he just snaps and goes into a burger place, orders something. They didn't have it. He just blows them away. And he just kept this rampage going on. This was a perfectly normal person. And he snapped. It happens. Uh-oh. Did I lose you guys?
No, we're here. I guess what I'm saying is that's who they are. That's not changeable. Like, if somebody has that inside of them, then that's not going to change just because somebody else thinks there are butterflies and rainbows inside. Does that make sense?
I think the majority of us have that in us, no matter what we think, because I put that down to our base instincts. If you look at us at our base instincts, we're animals. We are, plain and simple. With the amount of destruction and harm and everything we've done, not only to our environment, but to each other, I think that's there. But it's a case of...
We all have a pushing point.
I think it's only once your mind snaps and therefore your mind's no longer dealing with it that you become that instinctive animal. I think it's a defense mechanism rather than, just being evil. I think that's more to do with literally a broken mind. A broken mind will revert to animal. That's how I see it.
But there are people of us that are just evil. There is no explanation for it.
And I agree with you that, Chris. I said you got to have the extremes. You got to have the examples to be able to see what true evil is, true good is.
Yeah.
So just accept it. We have evil, we have good, and we have a choice to make.
And that's where you get the choice of evil and good. It's your choice. You get to see the cause and effect by what choice you make. And if you like the after effects of evil, then you're going to keep making evil choices. If you like the after effects of good, then you're going to keep choosing good. And then at the end of your life, you're going to judge yourself on your choices, on how it affected everyone around you.
That's weird. Like, you like the after effects of good, then you're gonna keep doing good. If you like the after effects of bad, you're gonna keep doing bad or evil. Like, wow. Like, what is the after effects of evil doing? Like, how do you feel good, like murdering somebody who didn't do anything? There was like no reason, or like robbing someone of everything that they have or whatever, just so you could come up or something, or I don't know, like, where's the good feeling there? I mean, like, where do you like that?
Yeah, but you have to ask the question, are the pure good and are the pure evil really human?
Are they, right?
Yeah. I mean, are pure evil and are pure good not exactly human? Because they're at those extremes, they're not really human. They're something else. The examples of pure good and evil. I mean, we don't really know, do we?
Yeah,
we can't know till we're dead if that's the case. It's just a theory. But it's there.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's too much to think about. The evil thing, man, I just can't get my head around it. Dr. Evil.
So,
hopefully there's no echo. Every time I leave the screen, there's an echo.
Let's see, we've got a few new people in.
Shout outs.
Joe Dirt's here. Glenn from Boston. Zen.
Glad.
And last night you did an awesome job, Zen. I do agree with Glenn from Boston. And is Brenda here? I didn't see
There she
her.
is. Yo, Brenda. Yo, you went on live when I went to sleep. I literally went to lay down at like 3 o'clock. When I woke up, I realized that's when you went on.
No, I went live about 1:30.
No, like 3 my time.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
okay, 2:30. 2:30.
Mm.
I was already sleeping. I would have been sleeping anyway. Don't worry about it.
Trucker, you're out of time out now.
No, yeah, come out.
Big
So,
sleep.
so you, when you woke up, that's when I ended the stream? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it was mad weird. Like I think I got up at like 9 or something, and I looked on YouTube probably around 10 or something, and it said you just finished like minutes ago or something, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It wasn't minutes. It was like an
I was
hour,
only
two-
after 2 hours.
2 hours. So then that would mean 2:30, 3, 4, like almost 5. Okay, it was. Yeah, it said something like 3 hours, 4 hours or something.
Mm.
Either way, I'm just
Maybe
like,
we
wait,
did go
what?
long. I thought it was 2 hours. Maybe we went longer. Oh, we did go longer, I think.
No, it probably was because I'm mixing it up. It said something like 4 hours ago when I saw it, and that would have been like 9. So around 5 you ended on my time, which would have been like 4 your time.
Mm-hmm.
So it works out. But I just know that I was up until like 1:30, and I did check like YouTube before I laid down, and nothing was there. But it's just funny to me.
I snuck in under the radar.
Hey, it happened. I'd have been sleeping anyway. Like it's 12:30. I'm about to go to sleep right now.
Yeah, it was weird. I couldn't sleep yesterday. That's why I started the stream so late, early in the morning. Now tonight I can sleep,
Yeah, I saw half of the stream. I didn't watch the whole thing yet. I was kind of busy trying to
Yeah, you're welcome, Glenn. We definitely were up all night long. All night long.
Right. Shout out to everybody out there. We love you. Yo, it's too bright out here. I'm about to leave. It's too bright.
We got the echo back.
See, it's me.
Or is it me again?
No, it's Trev.
No, it's Trav.
See, there's that echo.
Hey, real quick.
That was
Real quick, I want
to. It was Trev, and then Chris said no, it was Trev. That was my echo.
What do you eat, Pat?
What?
What are you eating?
Salsa chips and salsa.
Go.
I thought you were gonna say yogurt.
No, don't.
Yo, play.
I actually
Play with my yogurt.
I actually bought.
See, all
some,
the time, Jim.
and I haven't opened up and tried them yet, but I bought some pickled carrots. So I don't know how that's.
Pickled carrots.
Yeah.
Did you have you eaten the venison?
Yeah.
Oh no, the venison that I got in a jar. No, I haven't eaten it yet. I chose the golden fork. Oh, by the way, I went with my stock food. I have a little bit of stocked up food, like canned vegetables and stuff, and the venison and stuff. but I also got some canned pork from the store, and I opened that and had that over rice. Oh my god! Or no, it was I had it over mashed potatoes. I got so sick 2 hours later. I was sicker than a dog.
Oh.
I was like, and
That doesn't even sound good, to be honest with you. Canned pork.
so yeah, that wasn't fun. high high supply popcorn.
I can't read it.
Yeah, Pat said it. High supply. It's called popcorn.
What is it?
I'm guessing marijuana.
Yeah, that's a 7-gram container. It's actually supposed to be called what was it? Some weird name. Pineapple spritzer popcorn. Like what? These names are.
I made some tea. I'm starting to become a tea freak. I was like iced tea for a while before. Now I'm becoming a hot tea, warm up tea kind of night.
What kind of tea?
It's passion fruit.
Oh, I like that too. Did you get it at the tea place? I forget what it's called.
I bought it at County Market.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I like the passion fruit. No, Jim.
What do you put in your tea?
If it's like flavored like that, I just put a little bit of sugar in it. But I primarily drink black tea with honey.
Yeah, I was thinking about adding a little bit of honey, but I don't know. I don't know if it needs it.
With
But honey would be good.
a little bit of honey, fruit punch tea would be good, but a very little bit of honey because it is pretty sweet to begin with.
Yeah, I'd rather do
Tea I
that
drink
than
is
put sugar in it. Did you
What
hear
were you-
me? What?
I thought
Anybody?
Trev was trying to say something.
Go ahead.
No, I just said that all the tea I drink is herbal, so I would add something like lemon or whatever. And I put personally like the honey directly in my mouth because I have this thing where I think the heat is gonna like destroy some of the good stuff. I don't know. It probably won't, but I put it directly.
I do a tablespoon of vinegar.
I just got a honey stick.
Oh, I love honey sticks.
You can buy them at a farmer's market. I bought it for my daughter, and I bought it like 3 months ago.
But I do vinegar, honey, and lemon and cinnamon in my black tea.
I love cinnamon.
Oh, I love cinnamon.
I can make a good French toast.
You lost me with the vinegar.
Well, the vinegar is primarily feeling too well.
Oh,
And with vinegar, you can't taste the vinegar. So if you make a big cup and a teaspoon or a tablespoon, you won't be able to taste it between the honey and the lemon. And
Do any of you guys watch this stream on a TV, or do you all watch it from your phone or computer?
it all depends.
This stream?
I hope you're not watching it from the TV, because you wouldn't want to be seeing this on the TV.
I watch it on my computer.
Why not?
I'm watching it on OmniMax.
I'm talking about me eating on a big screen TV.
I can put it through with the cable to where you can stream film.
Oh yeah, TV. Well, you could watch it on TV and comment on your phone.
Yeah.
Have your phone running the stream.
Is Crunchy still here?
No, I was thinking the same thing. I saw him drop out.
Because my phone says Crunchy.
Oh, thank you. I try to be as handsome as I can be.
Works. Whatever it is you're doing.
Then you're right. Apple cider vinegar is good for you. It stops fat from getting into your blood or slows the.
I'm on that every day.
Oh, while Glenn from Boston said, I wish Patrick lived closer here. I'd fix your car. I'm an ex-Navy aircraft mechanic here. That would be awesome, but I don't even have that damn thing anymore. That was over a year ago that thing broke down. It wasn't worth getting fixed.
And my mom lives in Boston, so apparently I can go over there, but I don't really want to.
Boston.
Patrick,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go, bro. I've got to go and get some food and stuff. Would you like one last time before I leave?
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Sweet. It's a repeated one off of Ken's stream, but I still like it. It's called Feel It. I feel a pull, an urge to sleep. A tiredness in my being does creep. A desire to be in another place. For some mission, some task in some wider space. To fix something broken or to right a wrong. But not with a sword. Instead, with a song. For a song resonates and can even change hearts. An idea, a feeling, that's where it all starts. Doubting decisions, checking them twice. Asking yourself, was I sugar or spice? The song echoes on and more questions arise. So that truth can awaken and break down the lies. For answers can start understanding and healing. And bring balance to those brought back home to feeling.
Very nice.
Thank you. Cheers, Trev.
Take care, Buzz. Have a good
Loads
night.
of love to everyone on the panel. Loads of love to everyone in the chat. And as always, stay groovy.
Good night, bud.
Rest
Good night,
well.
you lovely people.
Love you, bro.
Back at you.
So, I think that at midnight, we're going to call it a night because that would be 3 hours. That's a perfect one.
Yeah, I'm sorry, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to call it a night.
So early in the morning, I hate getting up that early.
Hey, Trev. Stay up, man. Don't give in to any bad thoughts, brother.
You know what's crazy? Like, say that um, those thoughts or whatever, like, I don't know, it's a struggle. I'm trying, but something like this, right, where we get on and we could talk or whatever, and it's like someone I can reach out to and we're talking and stuff like that. I need that. Like yesterday or the day before, I was looking for the stream and then he jumped on and I'm just like, yo, great, because I don't know, I'm just in this place and like it helps. It helps. So without this, I don't know. But I mean, I appreciate whatever's going on here with the interaction and everything, because like it's a place to vent, it's a place to put ideas out, talk to people, bounce back and forth with things, and you know, keep my mind somewhere else at the moment or whatever. You know, because
Well, just know that.
it's hard.
Just know that we
be
care.
strong, bro. We know you got this decision to make and stuff going on right now. So I'm in your corner all the way, bro. You gonna make it out like Joe Dirt.
Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and head on out of here.
I have no doubt.
Good night, Jim.
Rest well, bro.
Good night.
Love you. Yeah, I'm gonna run upstairs because it's too bright in here.
All right. Good night, y'all. I'll see you next time. Love you, brother.
And I'll still be watching. I'm just gonna run upstairs.
Okay. Adios, amigos.
Trev, I'll be on Discord if you want to talk.
Did you hear that? Okay. You're not.
I would have to create an account with that.
Yeah, download the app. If
I
email,
don't know.
I can help walk.
Oh no, I know people that are using Discord or whatever, so I could kind of figure it out, but it's just another like platform to put more info in and make another account. Like I've been not doing that. There's a whole bunch of platforms out there that people were just like, yo, jump on this. Like there's this thing called Get Vocal. There's a bunch of stuff out there. I was just like, nah, I don't want to create another account. I'm like on YouTube, Twitter, something called YouNow, and I think that's about it. Instagram.
Okay. I don't
But I have
Instagram or anything. I just do
okay.
Discord and YouTube and Facebook.
Oh wait, I just realized that is Crunchy, and I thought he was gone. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if he fell asleep or what. Crunchy.
It's definitely about that time. It's kind of late.
Once. Going twice. 3 times your lady. See you later, Crunch. Have a good night. All right.
All right. Good night, Pat. Good night, everybody.
Guys. Have a good night, guys. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Joe. Adios, Joe.
Ciao. Love you all. Love you, bro. See you later. Thanks for having me on, bro.
Yep. See you later. And see you later, chat. Thanks for coming in, everybody. It was a good night. We had a